All right, let's get right into it. Imagine you have this brilliant idea for a website, maybe an app, but you immediately hit a wall, the technical stuff. Well, today, we're going to look at how new AI tools are completely changing that game, turning what used to be a super complex task into something that's actually, well, creative and simple.
And this quote, it just hits the nail on the head. This is from Cooker 8 Japan, and it perfectly sums up the classic problem. For what feels like forever, if you wanted a website, you had two choices. Either you fork over a ton of cash to someone else, or you get ready to dive headfirst into the very messy world of code yourself.
And you know, this isn't just some small annoyance. It's a huge wall for so many would-be entrepreneurs, creators, small businesses, you name it. You've got the vision, you've got the passion, but the tech itself just feels impossible to get past.
But what if that wall just disappeared? Seriously, what if you could build a whole working website just by describing what you want? In plain English? Well, that's not science fiction anymore. That's the revolution we're talking about, and it's being powered by Google's Gemini and a really cool feature called Canvas. So what even is Gemini Canvas? The best way to think about it is like having your own personal software developer on call 24/7. You just give it instructions, we call that a prompt, and it literally writes all the code you need for a website or an app. It turns your words directly into a digital thing. It's wild.
So, how does this actually work in practice? The real magic here you'll see isn't about knowing how to code. Nope. It's about knowing what to ask for. It all comes down to the prompt.
The whole journey, from that first spark of an idea to a working app, is now this really simple creative loop. You describe your vision, the AI spits out the code, and boom, you see your app come to life, right there. We're not talking about a month-long project. We're talking about a conversation.
Now here's the catch, if you can even call it that. The quality of what the AI makes is 100% tied to the quality of your prompt. The key is detail. A really good prompt, like one we saw in a TechSwipe tutorial, is basically a professional-level creative brief. You tell it the app type, you lay out the file structure, you explain the main thing it needs to do, you describe the look and feel, and you can even tell it where to stick ad placeholders. The more specific you are, the closer it's going to get to what's in your head.
And just think about how powerful that is. With just one really well-written paragraph, a user was able to create a complete software-as-a-service tool, a SaaS tool that takes screenshots of websites. This wasn't just some pretty static page. It was a real working app, all from a single paragraph.
But honestly, this goes so far beyond just building a simple landing page. You can build some seriously interactive and complex tools. Let's take a look at just how far you can push this.
For instance, a creator named Corey McLean prompted Gemini to build this interactive tier list, for ranking business ideas. It's not just text on a screen, it's a real tool. You can click on things, drag them around, sort them. It's something a user can actually play with.
Or how about this? A custom-built assessment quiz for Facebook creators. This thing is smart. It's got complex if this, then that logic baked right in. A user answers yes or no to some questions, and the quiz guides them to a specific outcome with real actionable steps. That's a pretty sophisticated app to generate from just a prompt.
And okay, if you really want to see the pure creative power here, get a load of this, a 3D interactive world. It kind of looks like something out of Minecraft. You can zoom in, pan around, even swap out the object in the middle. And again, all of this was built with just one prompt. The possibilities are kind of mind-bending, right?
This example from Cooker 8 Japan is honestly one of my favorites. They just took a picture of a plain old paper flyer for a local restaurant, uploaded it, and asked Gemini to turn it into an English website. And it did. It just did it. It created a fully coded site with sections for their mission, their services, a contact form. I mean, it literally bridged the gap between a physical piece of paper and the digital world.
Okay, so you've seen the incredible stuff this can do. Gemini's just generated all this amazing code for you. But what now? How do you get that code off Gemini's screen and onto the actual live internet where people can see it?
This is the exact question Corey McLean asked, and it's probably the most important one. It's awesome that the AI can build it, but how do you actually own it? How do you hold on to it? Well, luckily, the process is way, way simpler than you might think.
So, step one, you just have to save the code onto your computer. It's super easy.
You click Share, then Copy Contents inside Gemini. Then you open up any basic text editor. Seriously, even Notepad works. You paste all that code in, and you just save the file as index.html. That's it. You now possess the website. It's a file on your computer.
Now for the grand finale, getting it online. As Sierra and Doyle shows, services like Netlify make this almost laughably easy, and they're free. You sign up, you find the deploy section, and then you just drag the folder that has your index.html file in it and drop it right into your web browser.
And poof, just like that, it's done. Your website is live, it's on the internet, with a real web address that anyone can visit. That whole process, from your initial idea to a live website, can take just a few minutes. And a lot of the time, it doesn't cost a penny. All without you writing one line of code.
So what does this all really mean? It means the entire landscape for creating things online has fundamentally changed. And the focus? Well, it's shifting right back to you.
And here's the most important takeaway. The number of coding skills you need to bring an idea to life on the web is now 0. A big, fat 0. That massive technical wall that has stopped so many amazing ideas for so many years has basically been knocked down.
This leads us to a really fundamental shift. We are walking into an era where the most valuable asset you have isn't your technical skill anymore, it's the quality of your ideas. Like Corey McLean said, the only thing that's going to limit what you can do is your own imagination. That is now your #1 tool for building on the web. Which, of course, brings us to the final, most important question. With these kinds of tools now at your fingertips, where the only real ceiling is what you can dream up, what are you gonna build first?